So, figured I would start this one with a, we'll put you guys right here. Right now. I'm just up right here. So, I had a comment left. I can't remember who it was, but, it was, I cannot believe you turned your back on that tree when it was falling. How do I know what the rules, what everyone tells you to do? I just use my common sense in a lot of situations. And my common sense, it can be wrong, you know. It's just kind of a bit of intuition, common sense, and I kind of pick a middle ground. So when I'm falling a tree, a lot of times, especially on a hillside, I'm looking to, as I start to fall the thing, my escape route to get away. So if you're goofing off when, you know, and looking up at the tree the whole time while you're trying to escape, I've tripped, I fell, it's silly. I watch where I'm going. I let the tree get over center. Gravity now has control and I can basically do nothing unless I'm trying to steer it. That last, you know, sometimes I'll stay on the stump to steer. And that's when you're in that risky zone. But sometimes I'll walk away. I want to see where I'm walking. If I'm looking up at the tree trying to walk away, I'm gonna fall. And I got a big saw in my hand a lot of times. So just to start this, I was gonna answer that question specifically. Um, I thought it was funny that, you know, you watch a 14-minute video and that's the only thing you get. Just some supposed question where you point out a flaw in your opinion, but there's your typical YouTube comments. Now, this is what I wanted to do. You guys say you want more of the personal stuff. I'm That's just kind of hard for me, but I basically do everything out of my truck. You know, my pickup has everything. It's like a mobile just unit that does it. I don't. I mean, I have way more stuff than what I need. So we're just gonna go through it. You can ask me any questions that you want. I'll try to keep up with everything. But we'll start in the back here, and it's gonna take a while. And we got a lot of stuff to go through. So tailgate's on down because I had to get my blower out because I was just trying to catch up on mowing grass, and that's why I was probably a few minutes late. So let me check who's here, and then we're gonna pop this thing, and we're just gonna start rummaging through everything, and I'll explain why I got it, what I got, and you know what it's for. We got Billy Turbo. What's up, Turbo? John's here, like always. Steve's here. Billy's always here too. You guys are awesome. Yeah, thanks for the thumbs up. So let's do it. I'm gonna shove you guys back a little bit, and I will try to keep up with the comments as best as I can. I tried to put it on the other side, but the glare was gnarly. And like yeah, that lighting is way better. We don't have a lot of time before it goes dark, so we'll kind of try to do our best to squeeze this in here and do this. If you have any questions, just ask them. Yeah, I'm here. I'll be late to my own funeral. So, wintertime, or summertime, is always my cooler. We'll put it off to the side. Most of you guys probably carry a cooler around with you. So, my mixed gas jug, it's, you know, regular gas. If I can get premium with no ethanol, I try to do that. And I use the little steel mix, the orange kind. I prefer the orange kind because it tints the gas and makes it very easy to tell if you have mixed gas or not. When I buy a steel product, I'll buy that gray mix because it gives you an extended warranty, but I don't prefer that stuff because it actually doesn't really tint the gas very much. I'm very, I'm not doing a whole lot, so I do 1 gallon mixes. I do 0.92-ish to a gallon of mix, and then I pour the thing in, and I make sure I wash it out with gas and get every little bit of that oil out of there. So I try to mix a little rich. And I get questions about that all the time, so I just figured I'd go ahead and answer some of them little things. So, also, steel, borrow. Okay, so gas cans, oil. Here's some stuff that I use that the conservation had me using for a spot where they were doing, wow, why does that do that? That is nasty. Can I get better lighting like that? I think it's the sky. If I put the sky into it. So it's Tardon RTU, and it like works for killing stumps, and it'll only like, whatever you cut off, you put it onto it, and it'll soak into it. I used it on a bunch of sassafras trees, and when those trees root, they usually have a, they just multiply, multiply, multiply. There's like tons of them underneath these cedars. We were able to save all the cedars and take all the sassafras trees out, and this is what we used, and none of it came back, and it works really good. It's pet friendly and all kinds of stuff. So I buy that like, local hardware stores for the most part. I think the fun part's when we get to the rig and stuff, and then I can answer questions and stuff. Just stop to say hi. Off to the next field. Right on, man. See you, Mike. So, I usually take this. Kind of want to move you guys back so you can see everything and see me. Sorry for all the movement. Yeah, I take an extendable pole. That's just a pole that I can clip things onto and use to extend it out. I've used it for weird stuff before. It's completely, plastic, so push up on mines and stuff like that. But it holds my camper shelf window open. I have do a few. Well, first I have a blower. I'll show you the ground after we get everything laid out. Everything's kind of in a weird position right now because I have a new guy, and we've just kind of been shoving everything in there, and there's no routine yet. But then I have my 5-gallon bucket that has just a mishmash of stuff in it. So straps for the tree jack is what is mainly in this, but also with that there is my bicycle pump, my blind walking stick, a bunch of throw balls. There's 2 in this. There's another 1 or so in this. So this and this are both for my AFTA, which is my air-powered gun that shoots a throw ball up into the air. So yeah, that's it. I think it was like $22 to make. So, and then I use a bicycle pump, which makes it free every time to use it. You're not using CO2 cartridges, which cost money every time. But there's a couple more straps, and then just an old stationary lanyard. Basically, is another tie-off strap, but I made a grapple hook out of one of these, and it's in the climb bag. I'm not going to go through all the climbing gear stuff, but we'll do the rigging gear stuff. So yeah, that's basically all this bucket is for the most part used for, is some of the stuff for my APTA and throw balls, and also straps for the tree jack. So, and I'm pretty sure I have 2 tree jacks in here at all times, I think, unless one got taken out or something. But, and of course, everything's not going to fit as good as normal. Come on now. Oh, and it's like one of them old chlorine. It's like chlorine tablets came in this. There's 2 5-gallon buckets there. We just use them for stuff sometimes. They just come in handy. But yeah, it's got a little button, makes it like waterproof. So that's pretty sweet. Keeps my stuff dry. And I will check questions. So if I don't answer it immediately, it's because my phone is weird, and I have to like check every time to keep up with you guys. Ground Pounder, what's up, buddy? I couldn't wood. Split up. That's awesome. Right on. So then I got my little toolbox. It just has every little tool in it for a chainsaw. Another little jug when I got a bar oil that we were using. Then I got, always got trash too. Here is a pole saw. It's a, look at this goofy setup I got. It works, but sure isn't the prettiest. Yeah, it's a 12-foot stationary pole saw, so it actually isn't all adjustable. It is one, you put the 2 pieces together and it's stationary. It's 12 foot at all times. So I've had it for quite a while. It's cut a lot of stuff. I've never had an issue with it, and it was a very, very, very good price when I got it. So definitely a good investment. I can't remember. I think it's the HT56. I don't know why I have this, but I have, oh, I do remember. I used to have it across here, but I have a shower curtain for some reason. I was probably using it to, like, put something, I don't even know. Probably hang stuff across there at one point, I don't know. Let me make sure I'm not getting behind. Dang. Okay. Okay. This was a good idea. I love the air can. Yeah, John, it works really, really good. And we like tested it originally and like I made little plugs and stuff. And I actually have that with the air gun, like the size of the tank and the barrel length and everything. And it's like, there's so much, like I took a long time sizing it down and making the air tank bigger. And I got to a perfect size where if I put 1 pound of air, I get 1 foot of shot. So I can be really precise with that thing. But I'm pretty good at throwing it, so I rarely use it. But when I need to be super precise, I will use that because I can judge about how high it is, pump, right at that amount. You usually want to be a little over, that way you don't come up short. But yeah, a pound of air, I get a foot. So with 60-foot shot, I'll put 65, and usually hit it first time. It's like shooting a gun. You get pretty good at it. Oh, thanks, Billy. I appreciate it. Yeah, it was a fun one. Threading a needle, it was, yes, it was. Um, we definitely, like I said, we were playing with inches, and we only had about an inch left. That was the thing I was worried about, is catching that pole as it was coming over and going and shooting it sideways. So like, it could have won the total opposite. And when it would have done that, it actually would have kicked the butt in sideways, which would have took one of them posts for the porch out. That's the other thing I was worried about. I didn't really point that out or show it, so that was kind of gnarly. No fish was harmed in the making. No, 100%. Great cheesesteak with barbecue sausage. That is awesome. The tradition stays alive. Um, so 201 TC. Um, then this is my box of climbing stuff. It has the rope I use on the tree jack, which is a half inch. My saddle. My spikes. One tree jack. There's a lot of stuff in there. Oh, here's a cool rope. I have this rope, which is like a half inch, and it has this like dog leash clip on one end. Then it has this clip on another, or this hook. So I can use to grapple things up or catch stuff, but also I use it doing transfers in trees, and then I can actually set up a retrieval system where I hook it on, and then I take this dog leash part and I put it up over a branch and then down and clip it onto here. And then I'll use my gree on this, go where I need to go, and then when it's time to get it back, I'll retrieve it by pulling it up a little bit, and then it's on like a loop system, and I can pull the whole thing back and disconnect it. But yeah, cool rope. Someone gave it to me. Really comes in handy. I think it's for linemen, and they like used to use it to like hold lines up and stuff. Another pair of spikes for those ridiculous rotten trees that there's some long gaffs. I don't like these. Let me show you how little my gaffs are that I climb on. We'll do a comparison for once. That is so ridiculous. Like these, they don't even, the bottoms don't touch. Like the gaffs this far from the ground. And it's, you know, little bitty. This one, huge gaff. And it hits the ground as you go to walk. No, actually this one's fixed. It's not as bad. I have some other ones that are even more weird. So, but yeah, I keep these in here, and then if I needed to, I could switch the pads out real quick with these. But those are kind of emergency ones. Here is, wow, this was a good lanyard, but it's an old one. I should have gave this to my brother. I need to next time I see him. But yeah, just an old school lanyard. So they come in handy. They work really good. There's like drift lines and stuff. You can adjust them out. So I keep an old school set of everything. Here is a 200 of some Tuffleburger Tachyon Ash. Here's another gaff. Here is like a tagline rope. I don't know. I got it in a bag. I got it from Tree Stuff. So it's free. Then I have a bunch of this 10X with a real good little clip on the end of it. It's stupid light, so I don't use it a whole bunch, and there's a lot there. It's like 250 foot. Then there is this, which is, I don't know, 100 foot of rocket line from Wall Gear. Oh shoot, I didn't even know I had this. And then I got this. Cool. Yeah, I didn't realize I had this. This works in the tree jack. Oh, I'm glad I went through this. That's awesome. Okay, there's one more thing. There's another spider leg. So it's just a long little strip of 10X with a with an eye at the end, and I take it and connect it to another rigging line to give it like a second arm, so it can grab things by two spots instead of a single one. So, yeah. probably should be over there. I'll leave it out and put it in the other box. Dang, I didn't realize there's so much stuff to go through. So kind of regretting even starting. Hang on, I'm about to catch up on comments too. I apologize. And when I say tree jack, I mean it is a 1/2 inch rope puller from Maze Dam. Okay, probably my favorite tool and most like effective, and I use so much is this little extendable clipper thing that clips from back here. You pull on this and it makes the thing clip. It's adjustable, pretty long. It extends to cut at like any angle. I did a video on it, but probably my favorite tool. It's called a Power Stroke from Fisker. But yeah, it is the greatest thing in the world and it has helped me so many times. Yes, ground pounder, I pack that truck full. I definitely come, we're like halfway into it right now. Hey, what's up? Oh, Rob Bob, what's up, man? Do you have a video of the construction of your... Yeah, I think I do. Um, nice placement. Yeah, I'm fixing to make one. Yeah, definitely. I just walked through the hardware store. I probably looked crazy and just built it. It's just 2 pieces. You want high pressure PVC if you can for the tank. I wrap mine in duct tape just in case it was to explode, but because mine's not high pressure. So you want high pressure, but probably wrapping it in duct tape wouldn't hurt anyway, just in case it was to crack or try to blow up. The duct tape will work as kind of a deterrent to keep it from hitting your face probably. I thought you was... No, no, I can't afford one. You prefer photographs? Yes, I do. That's what I use nonstop. I have like a very, very little gaff, and like you can't even if I was to gaff a tree, like go up a tree, I leave such a small little mark. Like I see where guys they take chunks out with their spikes. It's not like that for me. So I don't know. That's what I like, and they're aluminum. They're super light. Dan, what's up, man? Dan, we got both Dans here. Sweet. So that I showed you. This is the pole. It's like telescopic. It goes 3 of these long. It's from steel. I don't know the name of it, but it's that pole with a small blade on it and a hook. It is amazing. I love it. I use it all the time. I'll go get us a light here in a second. This is the greatest rake I've ever seen in my life. It's completely solid metal tongs. It's very old. I've used it for a very long time, and the setup is almost like an old school leaf spring kind of flex to it. So works really good to pick up sticks. So have that. And I'll also carry another rake, which these are junk. These True Temper, stuff like that. All these expensive ones. The teeth, you can see they're all messed up. This thing is probably a couple months old. If that thing is 10 years old, this thing's a couple months old. So That's how long they last. But yeah, not a fan of this. Also, I have another hole pruner that is the Fisker. I think it's like an 18 foot. It's double telescopic. Has the saw on the side there, and but it has the actual pruner head too. I think my wife got me this quite a long time ago. And if you notice the right here, I think I lost a chunk of metal at some point, and like it's. Let me see if I can get that close. Yeah, you see that? Like I think it broke. It was supposed to be a sharp blade right there, and it doesn't cut stuff, and it like makes it stringy and like will shred stuff. So that's the only reason I don't really use that thing. I probably use it all the time. I have a friend making me an AR style stock for one I'm making. That's awesome. Yeah, because you can make just a little, if you take a handle and put uh, um, a hose clamp to it, you can make a handle and you just put a hose clamp and mount a handle with some hose clamps on it, on the top of it, and it just mounts to it, and you can make like a handle like that. Um, Now, I just got this thing. It's just a bunch of silly stuff. Nothing important. It's got a bunch of, oh, this thing's pretty sweet. I use that on my saws when the oilers aren't working the best, and on like the 660 and stuff, because they go, they need a lot more oil. So these things work awesome. You just keep it next, like on the log, especially when I'm doing, dicing stuff up in the wood. Works really good. Another tool that I don't know where it came from, that's like some kind of hook with a handle that I ended up with. This is the mix that I use. Saw blade. Yeah, nothing important in there. Oh shoot, I didn't put this damn rope back up. I don't want to have too much stuff laying out on the ground. And there's one bucket back there that I'm not even going to pull out. I'll just tell you what's in it. I think there's like some 1.25 inch 3-strand rope. It's really thick. That I used to like, I towed a bobcat out with it one time with my tree jack. It's some heavy duty stuff, but really, really strong. I got it free from tree stuff too. Let me see if I can get us a light real quick. I think we're good. Well, of course it's going to be difficult. Let's see, how can I light that up where it's going to look halfway decent? Let's see. Think of something. Okay, now we're going to do a different view so that we can light it up and be like this. Go like straight into the truck like this. How's that? Yeah, there we go. I don't know about seeing me. You're not going to see me much. Maybe we go to the other side. I'm sorry. How close is that? That's too close. God dang it. I got stuff everywhere. Right where I need to put you. This is the most like biggest motion sickness. It's like joining me on my lives, so I apologize. This kind of works. Man, my truck is dirty. Yeah, my truck is dirty. Don't judge me. Let me catch up on stuff. Use the tree stand on the maze dam. Use the tree stand. It's not. It's inch and it's like it's inch and a half. Like it's big fat stuff. It's not half inch. But yeah, I would. I've been thinking about buying a specific one for the tree jack to use an actual 3-strand, so we had an issue with it slipping on like a gnarly tree just recently, so definitely something, Dan, I'm gonna look into. So yeah, they are ground pounder. They're really awesome. Everyone wasn't paying attention. Oh, what's up, BTS? Don't worry about it, dude. I about forgot about the whole live. So love my Fisher stuff. Yeah. Fishers make good stuff. More typos to come. Right on. Yeah, that's stupid spell check. So what the fuck was that? There's some kooks that roll by here. But Fisher's cutter look like it would work really nice. Yeah, it makes a perfect cut, and it just the motion of being able to pull down on it is really easy to do, and it stayed sharp for so long. It's so nice, but it's my favorite. So let's keep going. Let's get into the rigging. Oh no, let me just show you. I don't have to pull it all out. You can see here. This is a 660. This is what I refer to as Bertha all the time. It's a Fat Mama, and it gets the job done. Don't use it a whole lot, but when I need it, she runs and does exactly what I need. So I have not a single complaint on that saw. It is so old and it's still just doing the thing. So 660, we went through that. There's a bucket back there. It's got that rope in it. There's also a red backpack you see there. There's a couple hard hats back there. There's another 5-gallon bucket with a few other silly little ropes in it. And that backpack's got some silly stuff like a figure 8, I think. Some extras, things that I have. There's an extra saddle in there. Just an old Weaver saddle that's like a butt strap saddle. That if it's raining and stuff, I'll use it. But and there's some other stuff, throw ball stuff, just stuff that I rarely use that's in it, like a grapple hook for the throw ball so you can retrieve a line, so you can do transfer from trees, silly stuff. But now, also, let me make sure somebody hasn't asked questions. It's not that alright, that's awesome. Yeah, I just made myself American. Yeah, it works really good. And you know, if you can set it up with the bike pump, it's it don't cost nothing to do it. And it's way less effort and more precise. But probably my most used saw, probably my favorite in general, is this 362. It's got which most people would trip on, it's got a 25-inch bar on it. I think it calls for like an 18, but it pulls the hell out of that 25, and it's just a very, very, very good saw. I had to get the saw back because if you notice, it actually has a tree life sticker that was given to me by Jaden, and I got rid of it, and then I had to get it back because of that. He passed away, and I was like, oh no, so I had to have it. But yeah, so maybe that's why it runs so good. I don't know. I have this, which is log roller from Steel. Pretty nice. Haven't had it in a long time. Yeah, not too long ago. Works pretty good. Have no complaints on it. There's a Corona handsaw. It's a fold up. You can see. Dang it, it's too bright. But it's a fold up. You can put a clip at the end of it. This saw is $20 at Lowe's. So anybody who needs a good handsaw, doesn't have a lot of money, especially those starting out, very, very, very cost efficient, and just a good saw, handsaw in general. They work really, really, really good. So it's actually a pretty big handsaw for $20. So, and they work really good, I promise. I used it for a long time. But then I wanted one with a scabbard so I could attach it to my thigh, or not my thigh, but like my calves, because I thought that looked cool, because I seen other people do it. And then I got that one, and then I tried to put it on my leg, and I didn't like having to bend all the way down to get it every time. So sometimes I throw it on there, but for the most part, yeah. I use a Ryobi battery-powered air pump for my air cannon. Oh, that's cool. That little bike pump thing pops up, and I just use my foot on it, and it's got an air gauge on it, which makes it really nice. But there's like a SOG, just one of them silly tools that was in that little tub. But I got that with a handsaw from SOG one time. Cost way more than it ever should have, and I usually use it to like cut ivy and stuff. There's a busted jug of transmission fluid. Hey, there's my hammer way down there. This thing is mainly this is mainly used to grab chainsaws. So if I'm telling the truth, I reach in there and grab my saw with it, and sometimes I've used it to hook ropes and stuff and get ropes, but that's all it's got on it. I took it all apart just for a head with a hook for grabbing. So I need to replace it and put the head on a different something else, but because the pole's busted up. But this is, don't tell anybody that I showed you this, but it's a Husqvarna 435, I think. Yeah, X-Torque. It's a brand new little saw. I got it for stupid cheap, so I just had to take it. There's this box. Jeez. Oh, yeah, there's another saw. Oh, yeah, I remember which saw it is now. See, the damn pole part doesn't work on this thing very good. Let's see if I can hook my hammer too. I'm not climbing all the way back here for it. I think we got it. So, why is my phone all the way back here too? This is a 036 Steel. This is Juicy Toot. It's got the sticker on it right there. I call it Juicy Toot because it ran like crap. You see all the oil coming out of like the stuff here, all this junk. Well, it ran like crap, and all of a sudden I put some gas into the oiler to get it to break loose because I felt like something was gummed up in there. I put some gas in it, and it said, and just like all of a sudden it started oiling like crazy, and it was always like leaving. It would like run out and shit, so I had to actually turn it down afterwards. But yeah, that's Juicy Toot. It's a 036 Pro, and it's a screaming saw. Very nice. Been totally, blacked out. Oh. Okay. Yeah, that's my funnel. If you don't know what funnel is. And that's my hammer. So, this what, guys? I told you we would do the whole truck. We would have to do this in 2 parts because it is way dark, and I can't do it. So we're gonna go through the back of the truck, and there's quite a bit in the front, and I'll even go into like what's in my console and stuff. Like I got some magazines with pictures in them, some reference sources that I use. I don't know. Well, I'll show, but it'll be enough to do its own. So let me catch up real quick, and then we're gonna get into this, and we'll be sweet. Um, right on. So this is, dang it, I gotta get a new rigging box. This is getting crazy. But this is everything that I use for rigging. So it's like a box of good stuff. Just all the good stuff. Alright, ready? Let's do this. This is one of the speedline setups. Just a bunch of speedline straps on an S-beaner. So I can like take it, clip it to a limb up there if I need to. So I don't have to hang it off me. But easy for them to clip it on because, like I said, one of the S-beaners. Really strong too. I'm going to use it for a handle. But remember I said there was a tree jack in the other one. There's another one here. So yeah, this is my second one. I actually had 4 of them at one point, and like sold one and gave one away. But yeah, tree jack, Maze Dam rope puller. Now here's the first on the X-rings. It's just on a piece of ARB rope. I don't even know. So it's daisy chained up. It's actually girth hitched on there. So, but I just wrap it up like that. It's just a single ring, and it's girthed around it. You can see it bites down. I use this one a lot. So then there may even be rings in here that they're not even on straps. There's this set of all gear rings with a medium and a large. It's got the sheave on it, which is nice, and it's retrievable. You can tie a knot in the rope as long as the knot ain't too big. It'll pass through this one. It'll catch this one. Then you can retrieve them. You can set them from the ground. Real nice set. Been using this one a lot more, but it's just a big whoopee. Whoopee sling, which is adjustable. So you'll just adjust that in, and it would make this loop smaller. And it's got a B string on it, so it's girth hitched around it also. I have some footage I'll show you. We use it a little different. And that's the reason it originally got put on this setup, and it's a video coming up. Actually, we went over and hung out with Mike, and helped. He had a bunch of dead ones over there. So Mike fights. We went over and did another like hangout day. It was awesome. Mike is just Mike's scoring the other side of the pillow. So there's this, which is usually the just jump line that I use to throw over residential wires and like move them, play them back and forth. Tie stupid stuff back. Nothing really important. I don't even know why that's actually in this rigging box, but is everybody just like intensely watching? Nobody has anything to say? It's like the comments just froze. But I'm okay with that because I'm not getting behind. So let's keep going on the X-ring thing. So there's another large ring. This one is with probably a fisherman or something like that. No, scaffold, I don't even remember. And taped up, cinched down, deep into there. It doesn't loosen up. I've used it for a very, very, very long time, and I tape them up so that I can keep watch on if the rope is moving. So it's on a pretty long chunk of rope. So I use it for a redirect a lot of times on the trunk, but just got a circus knot put into it somewhere in the middle. Yeah, the comments are still frozen. Maybe something happened. Hopefully not. We'll see. Alright. Yo, you guys can't even really see down into it. Okay. Alright, now, probably the coolest tool that I have, and probably the best made tool that I have, was given to me by Mr. Greg Brown. He made me this bollard. You see that right there? Oh, shoot. Wrong one. What? Where'd he go? What? I thought it was on here. Whoa. Where did that go? Did that just fall off? It's got Greg's decal on it. GB Fabrications. But I think it just fell off. Like literally just fell off. I think it was underneath there. But yeah, he made me this bollard. It is amazing. You can see we really put some use to it. We're getting shiny, we're getting grooves. So to keep along that, we have the straps to put that bollard on. We usually put one strap to hold the bollard onto the tree. We put it around, tighten it up, and then we slide this up into it, and it holds it like right here against the tree, so that you can take the other one and clip it in right here in these holes. There's two, get the light in the background. Those two sets of holes here, and you clip from the inside. You know, the hooks go out, but there's the other ratchet strap that does that. Okay, so the last thing for the bollard is I have this attachment that I don't really use. I have it. It bent up the last time, but this thing is a hand winch, and it's actually attached on. Jeez, this is so stupid heavy. It attached down here like this, and would, or no, how did that? I don't even remember how I had it. I think it was something like that. Maybe it went behind it. Yeah, and it went up like this. And then this traveled up and would tighten stuff up. So you can see I used it to lift an entire tree one time, and it bent up. Just not very well made. It doesn't like hold up with the bollard. The bollard's so well made, and the winch that I made to go onto it was pretty much trash. So yeah, I think the comments have to be stuck. I don't know how something like that would happen. Let's see. Live chat, all messages are... Huh. I hit that, so maybe it resets or something. Tell me if something's going wrong here. But this is another X-ring, another whoopee sling. It's not an X-ring actually, it's a Benrite ring. It's 2 rings in one. Also girth hitched on, also adjustable. I believe it's 9/16. Hey, there's a comment. Okay. Cool. Yeah, guys, I didn't get any comments for a long time there. The last one's from BTS talking about, shoot, I don't even remember now. But, I'll just keep going. Before we got the bollard, I used this homemade, look how beat up this thing is. I used this homemade, quarter wrap. You would not believe how heavy this thing is. It is stupid heavy. It has been bent to hell. See the wiggle it's got in it? That's pretty tight. That's character. You can't make that. Look how long those prongs are. And they're actually bent. But yeah, it's homemade. But it's very, very strong. And it worked very, very well for a very long time until Greg saved the day and gave me the bollard. I was just putting stuff on the ground. Just a big block. Rarely use because I don't do a lot of lifting. I have, block and tackle, a set of a fiddle block, whatever you want to call it, 5-to-1 setup. It's just two double sheaved um, setups like this. And I was actually thinking about using this to climb DRT. Like, wait on, what was I gonna? Oh no, to double retrieve a rope for, like, to just make it so it girth. I had this real simple way so you climb both ends of the line by girth hitching it and using a double sheet pulley to capture both ends up at the top around this. I'm just probably giving the idea away. And this would go up and be sitting up. It would work like how you would normally cinch one up with an eye, but it would cinch it up in a just girth hitch fashion. So you would put this in like the middle of the rope on a knot, whatever, and then throw both ends of throw both ends of the rope up, and then put it through this, and it would girth hitch up there, and you could have a retrieval line, but you would have both ends of the line to climb, but it ended up being useless. It was something that I came up with, made a video, did all kinds of stuff, but then I never put it out because it's just not necessary. If you're tied in at that spot, why would you need another tie-in at the same spot? So one of them times where the brain was going and I thought I'd come up with something, and that's how things change. Guys come up with silly stuff all the time. Right on, Turbo. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. That was really weird. Ground Pounder, if you're talking to me, things are all right. We get by, man. We're getting it done. So here's something we don't use a lot and should use more, but there's the safe block. It's all knotted up with this silly ass. I don't even know what kind of knot that is. Somebody must have wrapped that up, but it's usually hung like that. It's really hard to get it on a good cinch knot. I prefer to girth hitch it because it seems to move with any other knot. So yeah, that's it. I would actually like to run this on like a smaller like 10x and do a girth hitch around it to keep it from, because depending on what combination you use, it really wants to move. So I don't really like that. It needs to be on like a whoopee sling or something so that it can really bite down onto it and you can knot it off so it can't ever loosen. But that's the only issue I've ever ran into. You'd need a really tight eye maybe made onto it. Here's just a really good Samson rope sling. It's a dead eye. Um, there's the eye and it's put into a daisy chain. I don't know how long it is. It's a really good. I used it for the quarter wrap, stuff like that. There's one time when I just cut my speedline strap, and I guess I decided to keep this. So why don't we take it right now and tie it, and then use it the next time we work as life support. Looks good, huh? Okay. Another block, on a beaner. Just a block on a beaner. Here is my really good spider leg. It's real long. It's got a real good sonai. It's also 10x. Love this thing. I use this anytime I'm using a spider leg. This is the one I use. I think I made the other one. We are getting to the end. There's a couple things left. And a couple of these. I don't know. Some guy sold them to me. They're just these weird little anchor things. And I got like 6 of them for like $4 or something. I don't know why. He knew my dad when he used to be my dad's bus driver or something. Here's another one of them. Got this weird little strap here on it, like this cushion thing. I don't really know what they're for, but some kind of anchor thing. It says suck on it, SUC. So I don't know what that's all about, but whatever. Um, well, we definitely didn't hit the high thumbs up this time, but I figured it was gonna be not as interactive. So yeah, that's a given. Um, here's a beaner. Don't know why it's in here. Probably because it's broke. Probably used that on a neck tether at one point, or on my chest ascender or something. Who knows? These are really cool. Um, if you watched a few videos back, I actually used one of these bungees, because that's what it is. It just like, I don't know if you've ever used one before, but you put it around and you put it into a bite. It holds whatever it is. But I used one of these as a retrieval ball to retrieve my I made a friction saver for up in the tree. So my cambium saber, it retrieved it. Um, Last couple things, there's just a little ratchet strap, this is what we use on the bollard normally, but then I needed extra hold one time, so I got that bigger one. But this was the original one, it's just a small one to actually hold it in place so that you can get the heavy duty one on. Oh, really little skinny hatchet. It's very skinny. So that's like me in hatchet form. But yeah, I don't know. It's a hatchet, it's cool. And then the last thing, if you have any questions, now would be the time to ask them, because I'm about to close this out after we show you the mess on the ground. I don't know if any of you have ever seen this, but this is the AFB, which stands for, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. Yeah, you can. Cool. Aerial friction brake. It is not made by Notch. Now apparently it is, just like everything else. Like my X-Rings are actual X-Rings, and then I bought one that said Notch on it now. It's like, what? But yeah, so this thing is actually square here. It's turned sideways, so it's like a diamond. It has two prongs, so you can take multiple wraps depending on how much friction you want. So like the porter wrap works for a friction device at the base of the tree. This works as a friction device wherever you want. If you want to use it at the base of the tree, use it at the base. If you want to use it in the top of the tree, you use it in the top. So you crack it open, knock it down to the side. So, this part would be hooked onto a strap. You would take however many wraps you feel you needed for friction. And you can see it's been used quite a few times. It's got some grooves made into it. But you would wrap around 3 times for full friction. And the squareness of it not being round, like the entire actual tube here, also adds a bit of friction. So, um, works really good. Works really, really good. Uh, it's just, a lot of times I would prefer the friction device to be low on the stronger part of the tree. But this thing is really nice. Maybe I should do a video with it soon. Maybe I'll find a reason to use it or something. But I'll show you real quick. Ow! Right in the shin. So, look down in it. It's empty. No more. Just a friction brake and my little hatchet and my broken beaner. And I have a mess of stuff out here that I gotta pick up now. So you guys gotta feel bad for me. Here, let me show you. I'll shine the light. So this is just what goes down in the back of the truck. like this. So that stuff, that stuff, that stuff, all that stuff, and then all the ridiculous. There's the bollard. All the ridiculous stuff that was in the climbing box, the other bucket back here. So, guys, I'm blinded by this light. I have a lot of stuff to clean up, so I'm gonna catch up on comments while I clean some of this up, and then I'm gonna call it a night. The Ford Rep is great. Do you like that turbo? It's a mean old rough looking thing, ain't it? Pretty crazy. That light is like not doing a damn thing other than blinding me. I like my rigging rings. Those things are great. Yeah, Dan, they are my favorite by far. I never, if I'm being honest, I kind of want some using. Actually, I'm actually gonna take this thing out. I'm gonna take it to the shed. It takes up a lot of space. Maybe rebuild it, but I never was one to really even use the pulleys and stuff. It just never was something. Pulleys stretch ropes and they give a mechanical advantage, which makes the object move faster. So it like helps. It goes against what you're trying to do. You know, you're trying to slow the object down, and you know, it's wanting to speed it up. So that just right from the get-go did not sell me on using blocks and stuff. I know that you can get really like dialed in with them though. And you know, when a guy gets good, it really doesn't matter what he's using if he knows how to work the, you know, device and the friction saver at the base. He's got all that figured out. He can run a piece pretty smooth. So kudos to those who do use them and can use them well, because I cannot. As we were sitting there and doing all that, my damn thing broke on me. Uh-oh. I don't know. I sat out here for an hour and went, oh man, it's broken. Yeah. I sat out here for so long one time. I put these on. It turned out I had them on backwards. I started putting on the wrong end. That doesn't work. Okay. So those are up in there. That's my leg in there. I got that stuff. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna close this. Just do that. I don't know why you guys make me get all this stuff out. Then you don't want to help me clean nothing up. Leave me with all this stuff. Well, Billy's gonna go eat cheesesteaks. I'm gonna sit here all night long cleaning up my gear. I don't even have anything. Woe is me right now. I would call that a Pablo knot. I got a Pablo half inch, everything. Yeah, right on. Hey, a half inch that's just adding, you know, hold. So with a solid 100% ground pounder. That's all that matters. If it does its job, I don't care how it looks. Because if we're being honest, an alpine butterfly for a midline knot is like the coolest, prettiest looking thing. But I'd use a circus knot over a alpine butterfly anytime. So, and it kind of looks like deformed and a bit to the side. Yeah. You're trying to think like to put things where the things you use the most, you're trying to put them where you can get to them easy. And so you don't shove your climbing gear and stuff all the way to the far back because then you're climbing through the truck where there's oil and this thing just does not want to stay closed anymore. So I don't know if you thought I was kidding about this pole, but I'm dead serious. I'll take my saws, put them on it, and then fish that sucker all the way to the back. So that I don't have to climb back here. So that one I already turned the front pole. What was that all about? Did you guys see all that? Like fell on my face and stumbled. Yeah, this one. God, I gotta get in here anyway. The other thing, I have so many rough characters that walk by here. I just did a video showing everyone what's in my truck. Everyone's probably like, cool, I'll be there tonight. Get some of that. Oh, not. I am doing the setup of a lot better fuel mileage. Yeah, it's all I need. It's definitely not overkill. The amount of stuff is overkill. I like to have and not need as opposed to need and not have. But definitely could use a much bigger truck, but it gets the job done. It's enough for me. I like it. It's as simple as I can keep it. Oh, no problem, brother. I appreciate you hanging out. I put your 12. Oh, that sucks, BTS. You want to bed? 6 miles. Oh, man. Jeez. That's about what I get in mileage. That was cool, never seen one. Right on? Maybe you get to have fun passing all the... I know. That's not funny, though. That AFB is too cool. I like that, and a lot of stuff. Yeah, and there's a whole lot in the front, like the whole back seat's stuffed with stuff. A lot of rigging stuff, climbing stuff. There's a bunch. After some of this in here. I know I should be talking with you guys. I usually just take my napkin and it just goes on like the edge of the bed right there, and it just stays. I mean, I don't know why, but it does. And then if you guys run off on me now, you have to stay. Now you guys have to keep me company. So, yeah, that one in there. Oh, crap. Oh. So I usually keep. You can't even see this. I usually keep a. Let's see it if I do this. That's kind of dumb. I usually keep a glove to put over the end on both ends of the pole saw, because it keeps a lot of gunk and stuff out of there, because they're greased real good. So, and the best part about it is usually, hopefully you'll be able to see this, when I go to put it in there, it's got this little like rod that goes into it that holds it up, and I can usually leave a little present for the ground guy the next time when he gets it out, and bust him with one of them. Oh man, that finger got in the way. Yeah, with the glove on it. It's pretty nice. And this thing, which is like sketchy as hell. Only has a hole. And there's the pack on top of that. Yeah, everything has to be put in here like Tetris to get it all to fit. So when you say I have a lot of stuff, yeah, I definitely have a lot of stuff in here. There's like legit a little hole there, perfectly the size of the saw. You can tell it's normally there. Toolbox. Where's that weird like bucket something? I already put it up. Now we'll catch up on comments. Give me just a second. Somehow pack all this crap back in. Everything looks all pretty until you get to that last one and just don't want to fit. Well, I can't even see. I looked into the damn light one time and then it's over. So those are just a couple of steps. That's in there. I might end up losing that. I should never. Took it out. This is in there. Close that down. So, that's some killer lighting right now. I wish I would have had it like that the whole time. That is awesome. It's a little blinding for me, but that is probably the best lighting I've had all night. And now it's gone. Let me catch up on comments, and then we're gonna call it a night, guys. Well, you guys slammed some thumbs on there. That jumped up big time. Damn. The more ghost-like the lighting gets, like I'm gonna tell a ghost story, the older I look. I need to get some sleep. Look at them bags. I was trying to make my signs. Don't you do it, Ground Pounder. I don't run Huskies. I'm way behind on comments, so don't think I just skipped you. You too, Turbo. One, two, Don't you do it, Billy. It does not sound good. That's not funny. I will. That's why I put the lighting up here to look more, mysterious, evil. Don't start making memes of me with a husky. Actually, do it. I would like to see them. So. I know my neighbors have to think I am a freaking nut. So. Right on, Ground Pounder. The neighbors. Yeah, they do. Yes, at least I do. I talk with my hands way too much. Yeah, I guess what you're better organized than I am. Yeah, I try to stay, and I'm very particular about my tools, like how they're stored, and it's all mine, and when you have to replace stuff, and you definitely start to appreciate it when you need it and you can't afford it, and it just sucks. So, I definitely try to take super good care of my stuff, and it really just bums me out and trips me out when someone's helping and they mess something up, like the damn microphone. The new guy is like, hey, this came off my helmet, I ripped it off, and it's the microphone. And I'm like, what? Like, why, dude? It sticks one time. Like, now, it's all covered in sawdust. I don't know. It sucks. But it is what it is. It comes with the territory, I guess. Ain't going anywhere until the live is over. That's awesome, Billy. You're awesome. Definitely don't know where yet. Today's the Wednesday. It rains in a week. That's awesome. It was cool in my ass. Yeah, it was just really nice around here. I needed to mow my front yard. Actually, I need to go get my mower out of the front yard. It's still sitting in the front yard before I go to bed tonight. Yeah. 3 cords of wood with my son. He made a post and sold. That's awesome, dude. The lighting. Yeah, I try. I try. Wish I had a good ghost story, I tell you. I don't. We could just stare at people when they drive by. You want to? Bet you they can smell that stink. I laid it on thick. Guys, I'm getting lethargic and ignorant. I'm going to bed. Don't start making fun of me about that husky. I will drive down the road and throw it off an overpass. Live. Don't play games. But guys, I appreciate you hanging out. It was fun. Sorry it was so kind of chaotic and weird. I didn't really have a good idea. Like I said, I forgot. And then out of nowhere, I'm like, huh, let's go through the truck. That'll show them me. I think the front is going to show you a little more me than even that. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. And I will catch you next week. And I'm sure I got something coming up for you guys. I definitely have something coming up for you guys. Like I said, I hung out with Mike, and we made a big mess. So I'm so good at that. We have that. So that'll be coming up. That'll be the next one I jump to. So stay safe. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate the support. I'm going to bed. Stay safe.